recording. Hi everyone, welcome to. This is Asia Hey everyone, my name is Kianna Oricci, the mother of Narm and the mother of House of Oricci. I'm here with an amazing panel. We actually were just all together yesterday at Inama Ball, and that was a collaboration between Asia Topa and the ballroom scene here, and Cypher Culture as well. And today is actually sponsored and in collaboration with Tricks and Dips, which is a new ballroom podcast for the girls, for everyone, and also Cypher Culture and the Arts Centre. Right now we're in the Arts Centre. I'm just gonna go through the panel and just let them introduce themselves. We're starting off with Mother Zaiza.
Hi everyone, I'm Mother Saiza Mizrahi, Pink Lady. I'm the trailblazer of the Philippine ballroom scene, and yeah, that's it.
Hello everyone, I'm Berda from the Kiki House of Juicy Couture, 007 in the mainstream, from the Philippines. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is RC Juicy Couture, 007 in the mainstream, also from Philippines.
Hello, my name is Alima from Juicy also. Yeah.
Hello. Oh my God, this mic. Hello. Hey. I'm Benji 007. Just kidding. I'm Benji, Juicy, Mother.
Legendary.
Oh, that.
That.
Legend. Oceania.
What a side note.
Love ya.
All right, I think since everyone was here at the ball, I want to recap it. But the main topics of today are actually about transness, motherhood, ballroom, and just what it's like in the Philippines and how different it is to here. Because there's definitely stark differences, and we take on ballroom depending on the context of where we're from. So it's just really interesting to see the nuances and just the difference in privilege, all that stuff. So we're gonna go into that, but first, how was the ball for everyone? What was your thoughts? What was your highlights? Also, by the way, the kids will speak Tagalog, which is our native tongue, and we'll be here as, you know, the sisters, the mothers to just translate for them, just so they can speak freely.
I had a beautiful time. Last night was full circle for me because I've been integrating our traditional dance Pangale into Vogue since the first balls in Australia, which were hosted by Club Ate, which was a Filipino queer collective back in 2015. And at that time, we were exploring Pangale and Vogue as a language that was interconnected through hands and bungalima. So this is our hand dance. So for me, like, yeah, it was really incredible to have the opportunity to invite my elder and my cultural bearer up to open up the space and bless it. And then obviously full circle to also have my new chapter in the Philippines also here. So it's incredible to see, and it's just so nice to see everyone. I want to say thank you also for like just non-folk and Ballroom Australia for being so hospitable and caring to my kin while they're on these lands as well. So yeah, thanks guys.
Alima?
Yeah, the ball yesterday was good. Like, I'm so happy to experience the scene here because, you know, it was so good yesterday, and a lot of people yesterday was acknowledging us. So yeah, I was overwhelmed last night in the scene here. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the ball yesterday was good. a lot of people coming to us, you know. It's so good that they know us even though we're not from here. They've been acknowledging us, and it's kind of ano nga yun?
Tagalogin mo na, be.
Hindi ko din matagalog.
Describe it.
It was good.
Parang overwhelming.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Where?
Because we don't know how to talk English
Yeah,
fluently.
fluently.
So yeah, but it was good. And the highlights was the three of us were when we won that female figure. Yeah, it's just
Work.
happy.
No, but the thing is, though, these kids are very smart. It's just a language barrier thing. Like, they know how to understand boots, write it down, boots. Speaking is a whole nother thing. So yeah, give them grace.
Yeah, the ball yesterday was great. Also, I'm very thankful for everyone who was helping us when we came here. Very first time, like, it was great that we're very, anong tawag doon? Very welcomed, well,
Yeah.
here in Australia. And it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, seeing the community here, it's my first time seeing your scene. I've been seeing the clips, and it's nasty. And seeing it in person last night, it's so beautiful, seeing different expressions and how you like break it down, like show us your personality. It's crazy, and we're hoping to see more of that as we go on. And like the highlights for me is like seeing how you also express yourselves with your looks, and sometimes it's just about like the energy that you give going on the floor, like the eye contact. It's different from in the Philippines, but we see there's something there.
It's a different flavor.
It's a different vibe, but the feeling is there too. So yeah.
We're gonna go deeper into that later because I actually wanna I don't want like no pageant system answers. We gotta go deep into it. Again, this is for us and it's to help the community as well. So let's get real. I wanted to go there. Just going to ballroom, we're actually here with like trailblazers of countries, cities. So I actually just want to ask the mothers at the moment, and we'll get back into the kids. Like, what was the experience for you as mothers without anyone guiding you in the beginning? How was your genesis for ballroom for yourself and also for the scene? Was there like a need that you saw? Did you see the girls out there and you're like, hey, you would thrive well in ballroom if we get this started? Like, how was that whole process like? Because I know Mother Benji, like you saw the girls in the clubs and in like random spaces and you brought them into the house. So I just want to let everyone know how that process was for the mothers.
Yeah, you have to have a vision, and you have to have a vision bigger than yourself, and you've got to trust that vision even if there's nothing there in front of you. And I felt I could see, because I came back from New York when I was like 21, and from then I could just feel like ballroom was imprinted in me from that moment. So I could just always feel like a need everywhere I went when I would meet queer people in Australia, because it was like, oh, we have nothing, there's no one. It would always be like that one doll in a room full of like cis folks or something, like, or like one person of color in a room at a club with just like white gays. And there was just like a brokenness, like there was something. So I don't know, you just do this like bridge making work. So you start to glue people together. I started to like, you know, find girls that were dancing, you know, like Ella's group were like dancing, runway, was that runway?
Yeah, runway dance crew.
You were in it?
Yeah, I was
yes.
in it for a little bit too, with Eliam.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of the other girls. Yeah.
So them, and then the pioneers, and then the club girls, and then the sex working dolls. Like, it was just about like making life make sense and saying that there's more than the scraps that we've been given, and there's this thing called ballroom where we can be celebrated. And from then on, it just kind of started to like shape itself. Yeah, I think I just opened the door.
Yeah. And what was really interesting was that there's an internal need for a space like this, and if you look through various different cultures, especially in the Philippines, there's always somewhat of a trans and queer culture that's very underground. And I think ballroom is the closest thing that we can have to connect to other cities and other types of people. So yeah, that's just very interesting. And I'll go into that further with the kids and like how they found it. But going to Mother Zaiza.
For me, actually, my journey in ballroom is quite different because it started with the art form, the voguing, the movement. And when I saw it, because I am a street dancer from hip hop, actually, but I had to be very masculine at the time. And then when I found the movement, just seeing their confidence and how they express themselves just on the video, it's different. Their eyes were like shining, and it's just a simple look, just the flick of their wrists. It really, I was really drawn to it. And from the Philippines, there is really no access of, especially at the time, 2013 to 2015, there's no access, there's no information. So I had to travel to the closest country that has already history in ballroom, which is Japan, wherein I found Mother Kopi Mizrahi. She's actually the first icon in Asia. And I learned from her so much. And we traveled to New York as well, because if you really want to dig deep into ballroom, you have to, of course, go and experience the mecca of ballroom. And when I went there, it was different. It's like I'm in a candy land, in a portal wherein everyone was so confident. But of course, I have to admit, at first, everyone was like, who is this girl? Who is she? Why is she in our space? Are you going to respect our culture? It's like, but how they embrace you, because being with the House of Mizrahi, at that time, I was still not part of the house, but they were already very caring. They were like, okay, girl, you want to learn about ballroom? Okay, let's see. What are you up to? Let's see what are you gonna give, because in ballroom it's all about giving back. It's like not just about being in the space, just like showing up and like showing your fab. It's about what is it that you're gonna give to the community. Especially for me, I'm a cis woman, and it's like I want to make sure like when I bring that energy back, when I brought the energy back in the Philippines, it's like really opening the space and not taking that space for the kids. It's like making sure that they are celebrated and seen. And for me, I probably, you're wondering why I'm in love with it, because me, our generation in the Philippines, like my color, my height, my body, it's like in the Philippines at that time, you're not seen as beautiful.
Yeah, there's a very Eurocentric standard for that, where we look elsewhere for beauty, and like if you're half caste, you're somehow above everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? If you have a bit more money, if you're light skinned, if you're tall, you have privilege over everybody else.
Yes, that's true, and I had to fight that, even if it's so much. Even if like finding work, it's hard, because even if I'm pure Filipino in the Philippines, they look for someone who is half Brazilian, half white, or half. It's really that it's a struggle for us in the Philippines to be in a different level in dance. So when I felt the energy in New York, and they also embraced me, because they saw that, oh, I think it was
Your intentions were
yes,
correct.
it was like Mother Jack and Father Andre, and also actually Father Omari. It's like they were like showing me their ways on how it is to be in a house, what it is to be a part of a house. It's not just like having a hierarchy of leaders, of parents, but it's really taking good care of your kids, not just being on the floor, but in and outside ballroom. So that's what I made sure with the kids in the Philippines. It's not just what you bring on the floor, but make sure your life outside ballroom is also like, it's giving you like, making sure that you finish your studies, you have work, because it's hard in the Philippines. It's really like it's difficult to get work and like to be seen. And Philippines is also a Catholic country, so even in this time, it's half and half. There, you really have to find your people, places wherein they see you. And I'm just really happy that the ballroom scene in the Philippines is growing, and everyone is protecting each other. At first, it was really a slow burn for us there, But when we really saw each other, we just hold on to each other, and we made sure that whoever is coming into ballroom, we really, like what Kianna mentioned earlier, it's the intention. If you're just here for the facade or the beauty, or like just being on the floor, just like doing all, it's not about that. It goes deeper to the roots of why ballroom started in the first place.
Yeah, like it was built on struggle and like the blood of a lot of our predecessors. It's not just a party, and I think that's where I want to dive deeper into, where it's like people who come into the ballroom scene, they're like, but these girls, these older girls, they're nasty, they're bitchy, they're X, Y, and Z, and I'm just like, people need to understand that this culture is a very protected culture built for Black Latinx and now POC in general, where there's a need for this space to be here, and for you to enter, to have like privileges outside, you're gonna be tested. And when you enter and you're like, but I'm queer too, I'm like, yes, but ballroom isn't for everyone. And that's the reality of things, where if you have privilege outside, you can find another space to go and kiki and dance about. But when it comes to this place, it's really a safe space, so we have to be protective over it. So if it comes across like we're gatekeeping, we are, for the sake of the girls. And especially just trans people in general. That's what people don't really understand. And that's why I wanted the community to be here, and for people listening, to really understand the difference of privilege that we have in Australia and in the Philippines. And we have so much here. And I just want everyone to just really think about that and humble themselves, because not everything is about getting your flowers, getting your clips. It's about survival. And these kids have gone through so much in their young age, and I actually want to go through that too. But yeah, what was the question again? How was your journey? How was your journey coming into ballroom? How did you find it? All of that. Berta?
Yeah, as mother said, I'm in the group that street dance from the Philippines also. When I found out voguing, I found out voguing because they were teaching the girls how to do a dip to me. That they also said like the stereotype, like if you are gay, you have to do this. You're gay, you have to do voguing. Yeah. So when they
You're like, sure, okay.
Yeah.
Let me eat that.
And then I started searching it online, and then I can find it because they were talking about the death drop, like Shablam. So I can find it on YouTube. So wait, let me like do my research like that. And then I planned like I saw mother copy tutorial like that, and then the videos of the ballroom and then show up. Then I click on it, then watch it truly, yeah. Then after it got then it's 2019, and then pandemic hits. Though we can't go outside. I'm still watching the documentaries, volume documentaries, movies, and then after we started on TikTok doing voguing. Yeah, not sure if it's voguing though. Then. Then we got message, we got connected to the who in the ballroom scene in the Philippines. They message us like, you should walk here, yeah. And then it was hard because we were too young to participate the balls, because the balls like in the midnight and the club were too minor for this to enter. So we wait until we can get through the balls, yeah.
But yeah, I saw all the clips of you guys on the street. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, what people don't understand as well is like, not everything happens in the studio. It's everywhere. It's in your bathroom. It's, yeah. Ballroom just lives and flows through you. And when it's for you, you know it. You can't escape it.
Yeah.
Work. RC?
So I found ballroom with my sister Stanley. She's also Juicy. So we're part of a dance group in the Philippines, in our city, and we're just the two of us. We're just voguing and that. And when the Pride Month hits, the the Pride March, which the House of Miss Rahi performs. Stanley saw that and Stanley said that I think we should join ballroom. And after that, we attended the jams, the classes, and our first walk was October last 2023, and that's the debut of the Juicy Couture, and that's our debut of our first walk on ballroom. And yeah, that's how we found ballroom.
So yeah, as you know, I'm with Berta before in a dance street. So I found ballroom because of her, actually, and yeah, we started doing TikToks and it get viral. Then after that, we keep researching for balls. Like we have so many attempts to go to the balls, but we don't have access to go to the ball. But when we got the opportunity to go to the ball on Rainbow Ball last 2023, we didn't hesitate to go with it. So yeah, we started in Rainbow Ball. So yeah, that's where I found ballroom, and it's funny because when we walked to the Rainbow Ball, where like Mother Benji is there, then at that time we're juicy, our first walk, because before when we're not in the ballroom, and our TikTok hits on TikTok and it gets viral. Mother Benji said that someone sent it to her. Um, then she said like, in the future, this is gonna be my kid. So when we walk to the Rainbow Ball, she feels like, oh, these girls are familiar. Then she invited us to her class, and yeah, she found out that we're in the TikTok. So it's like a connection, like a destiny to be a juicy. So yeah, that's where I became a juicy.
At the Benji, this is specifically for you because you're in a very specific position where you were the mother of this scene and now you're the mother of the juicy couture in the Philippines. How was it for you navigating just the different cultures of, obviously we have a lot of Pacific Islanders in Slay before and in Juicy, and now having Filipino kids? What was the biggest difference that you saw within the girls?
I mean, I actually don't think about difference. I think about the similarities. And for me, it was, it was just kind of full circle to have a chapter. I honestly didn't want another chapter. Like 10 years doing Slay was enough for me.
Being a mother's a lot.
Yeah, and I was really proud of like all the kids that came up through that decade, and they're all doing their own thing right now. So, and like Eliam and AG were like taking over Juicy, and I was chilling, like. So, but then these bitches came along. And yeah, I mean, it's funny, like Alima said, like people were literally sending me that video clip of them in the basketball court, and they're like, oh my God, these are your kids. And I was like, yeah, bitch, that's my kids. They're gonna be my kids. And I was like, oh my God, these are the kids from TikTok, like literally in front of me right now, being like, mommy? And I was like, okay. So, I mean, it felt so natural to like open up the chapter, and I'm personally spending a lot more time in my motherland now, working there a lot with, my family. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, like the similarities, like it was just, we have always had this oceanic connection with our houses. And I feel like the core of ballroom, for Slay, like Jacob can attest to this, it was really just like merging our family and our culture into ballroom and keeping that as our kind of core and our ground, and building upwards from a family, an incline to that really what it really means to be family and intertwined, and to kind of hold our oceanic identities close to our ballroom identity as well, and know that there's like also there's no separating them as well. When we come out there, we bring our ancestors with us. So, I feel that the same with, Philippine ballroom, like, Mother Siza has like really created a unique experience in ballroom that is uniquely Filipino, and we have so many cultural identifiers within our within ballroom that you can feel in that space, and that's like, our kapwa, our interconnectedness, our Bayanihan spirit, like collecting, and you just see like, if any drama goes down where the girls are feeling unsafe, the whole community will just like jump in for them. Like it is just it's so deeply communal and tribal, and it's really, I feel like that's the essence. And that's the essence of what the girls gave as well in New York, like with their families. So it really just, ballroom really makes sense for me in the Philippines in that sense.
It's definitely a need in the Philippines to have the space. Something came up in my head just recently about just the difference in privilege for trans women, especially when it comes to access to facilities and hormones and like doctors. And I just want to know how you navigate that as a mother, and I'll go through the kids as well. How difficult or easy, you tell us what your experiences are on, like, especially for the kids, like helping them get into hormones, educating them on it. Because definitely here, we have access to that. Even though it's difficult, we still have access. In the Philippines, it's highly Catholic, so even doctors will turn them away. That's from what I heard from them. They were telling me yesterday, like, they would turn them away because they're like, I can't help you because personally, with my religion, I can't. So they get turned away, like their right for health care disappears and dissipates because of religious values. Ate, you want to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, and also Alima and RC, you guys can speak on your hormone experience. But I mean, I've known for a very long time that it's always been hard for the girls in the Philippines. Since I was a kid, I have had trans sisters there that have just navigated by using like birth control, and they look good on the birth control. So I don't know. I think we should switch it up. Like, the black market be like kind of spicy a little bit, but but it's just a testament to what the girls can make off their situation, and they, trans girls in the Philippines have been doing it for a very long time. I have trans elders that are literally 85 years old in the Philippines that have gone through that. So there's a long line of how to do it or how to get through it. And I can be of service to the girls as much as I can, but they also just have so many sisters around them. And I'm in the Femme Queen group chat in the Philippines, and they're just constantly like working it out together. And there's also Femme Queens from Thailand, Moy, she's Mother Moans, and she be, she be bringing in the goods.
Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, why is there a massive shipment? How come all the girls get moans all at the same time, and then they tell me, oh yeah, it's from her?
Yeah, it's really, I mean, the world is shifting in a very quick, rapid, horrific rate for trans people. So I think we can learn a lot from the girls and how they look after each other and how they, work together to get their needs met, because we can't rely on these governments and these spaces to satisfy us and to get our needs, because at the end of the day, like, this is a war on our bodies, and we have to be smarter and creative. And they inspire me, like, like I'm learning from them, if anything.
Amazing. Does any of the kids want to speak on that?
Yeah, I can say like it's really difficult to access hormones in the Philippines because if the hormones in Philippines, like if you convert it here, like it's really cheap, but for us it's really like expensive because I started taking hormones like a birth control because it's the one that we can buy to the drugstore and it's really cheap. So I started like taking birth controls for 6 months and birth control again, but another brand because yeah, it's difficult to access hormones in the Philippines, especially at this age. Like hormones is not just that difficult to get. Like it's difficult to have a work in Philippines, especially like you're trans. Like a lot of people will reject you. So yeah, and also like, cause when you're taking hormones, like you have to go to check up first, right? So in Philippines, like there's this organization that you can get a free checkup, but that's it. You get a free checkup, then you're gonna undergo to a laboratory, which is we can't afford. So yeah, it's difficult to access moons in Philippines. That's why, especially like the stores, like we can buy hormones online, and um, the name of the store is like different because it's ano nga,
Illegal?
like it's
Yeah.
illegal. Like the store can be banned. Yeah. That's why sometimes the hormones like it's a different name.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah, it
even
has a
seen
different name.
I've seen people sell it online in a teddy bear. Like if you buy this
Yeah.
teddy bear, there's more hormones inside.
That's a hormones.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The girls will find a way to really get it there, which is so
Yeah.
creative. Like all we do as trans people is to really just fight systems and challenge things, and it's just part of our life, I guess. Hopefully, it gets better, but given where we're going right now,
Yeah.
it feels like it's going downhill. But
I,
the thing that I love about the Philippines and what I've learned through the Philippines is the sisterhood is very strong, and that's
Yeah.
why I really want to impose into the community is that it's a sisterhood above houses. It's a sisterhood above ballroom. All we have is us at the moment and forever. So I really just want to push the sisterhood and to protect each other and care for each other. No one has us but us. Yeah. RC?
So it's difficult because especially when you're just a student, you don't earn money, you don't have the work, and your parents isn't really supportive. So yeah, it's hard. And as Alima said, there's a organization in the Philippines. So if you don't have the money to to get the laboratories and all, so you'll try the hormones. So if the hormones doesn't affect good on you, so you will stop the hormones and throw it away. So it's a waste of money. So it's really hard to get the hormones that has a good effects on you.
yeah,
So
because
yeah, it's
in Philippines, like there's a lot of trans people that they're not getting their right dosage, so they're just experimenting what's
Good
what
and
good
bad.
for me. So if the hormones will like it's good on you, then that's the hormones for me. Like it's like on the Philippines.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole science. It's very specific to your body, to what kind of drug is available. And we're very privileged in Australia to have access to so many different things and know what's good for us and get to go back and forth with our doctor and be like, this doesn't work for me, can I try something else? They have to do it themselves and hunt and try to find it on TikTok shop, whatever website. You know, it's hard. And going to Berta, actually, as someone who's not trans, how is it like navigating this journey with your sisters? You're surrounded by trans women all the time and women in general. What is it like for you to be there for their need and be there as a sibling?
Like being their friends, also family. I can really help them about the transness because I don't even have the access for the moans. I don't even know what moans I can give to them. I don't know that. So the only thing I can give them, like the help that I can give them to, is to like warn them, talk to them, check on them. So they were the really one who was helping me. So as there I'm learning about the moans, them to them, like I'm sharing it also to my outside friends, outside ballroom. So yeah,
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to? How do you feel about that? Having like brothers around you who are actually there for you, because it's difficult to find people that will be there for you. Because sometimes even if they're gay or queer, it doesn't mean that they have the same allyship as your siblings. That they would be there for you if you need them for housing, for jobs, for just making sure you're okay. And it's hard to find. There's a layer of ballroom that is very cutthroat, and especially if it touches the wrong people, it becomes very centered within themselves, and they don't actually help other people because they want to get their flowers, they want to get their clips, they want to get their ooh-ah-ah sensation. But it's like, what is the hierarchy of need? Who is this for? Who's struggling the most? And I love the people, especially the right men who support women fully and just know what their privileges are and what their strengths are to help women. I love that. That's beautiful. So I hate competing with butch queens. We're not in the same boat. But sorry, I digress.
Yeah, it's good to have, cause not only Berta, like in Philippines, like some of the bush queens there are like checking us, like literally checking us, like, is your moans good for you? Like, did you take your moans already? Like, yeah, then like it's good to have a friends like the butch queens in Philippines, because they taking care of us in Philippines, like when we go to balls, like I'm gonna get your bag, I'm gonna carry this. Yeah, yeah, it's good to have some of the butch queens in Philippines. Yeah.
Amazing. And navigating the space in the Philippines as well, because I was born there and I moved when I was 13, but navigating it as a trans person now as well, it's very difficult to just walk down the street without getting catcalled, hate crimes on the spot. They'll make comments about you. They'll whisper to whoever they're with. You will feel it. When they clock you, you will feel it. Here, it's kind of just like, okay, cool. Just another person. There, it's like, who the fuck? What the fuck is that? Da 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 da. So that's why I want to ask, especially for you out there as well. You have a very specific position where you're the mother of the scene and you're protecting all these people. Like, what is it like for you girls to walk around in your effects, taking a Jeep, taking a tricycle, taking or walking to an event and having to deal with all these people, especially, there's a culture of like uncles and other uncles hanging outside of their house drinking in their rowdy boots. Rowdy. Having to navigate that as women, as butch queens, like, what's it like in the Philippines for you?
Yeah, for me it's hard sometimes, because for example when we're going to balls, like sometimes I'm wearing like a big jacket not to get catcall.
And it's so
'Cause-
hot there, and you're
Yeah,
wearing a
yeah.
full coat.
Yeah, because when they catcalling me, like, it's like I wanna, I wanna disappear. Yeah, because when they clock you, like, I know it's like a bad feeling for me. Yeah.
Because in the Philippines, I feel like our purpose as trans people or even like queer people is entertainment. If we're funny, we're fine. They'll love us. They love us on social media when we're being funny, when we're being stupid, when we're falling off because we're drunk. They love that. But when it comes to protecting the girls, they're not. They're the worst people for us. So having to navigate that is so difficult, and you really just have to have tough skin. Yeah.
Like in the Philippines, like there's this term that there's a good gays, because in the
What's
Philippines,
the word?
like a good gay, like the good gays, because in Philippines, all the straight there, some of the straight there thinks that when you're like this, you're gay. Like they don't know you're trans. if you're trans, they think you're gay.
They think
Yeah.
it's just like you're
Yeah.
extra gay.
Yeah.
That's why you're trans. Yeah.
Yeah, so in Philippines, like, they will love you if you're funny. Like, that's the good gay for them. Like, when you can entertain them, when they can say some bad words to you, but it's okay for you. La. But when you're the one who fight, yeah, they think you're bad gay. Yeah,
Yeah,
as
like we end
toxic.
up just being
Yeah.
punching bags there, and you have to take that on and be like, I need to survive this place, so you'll just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's another layer as well where like trans people and gay people are just perceived as dick hungry people, and all you want is
Yeah,
dick,
yeah.
right?
Right.
And they're just like, yeah, pay me and I'll do this for you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Crazy. And these are kids too, you know what I mean? And they experience this. And again,
I've seen Alima go off.
oh, what's that
Okay.
like? What's that like?
Walking and there's like this kuya was like, "Oi, you're dressing again, huh? You're dressing again." And Alima's like, "You shut the fuck up." And I was like, "Work, daughter, work. Yeah, work. You get here." He's like, "Huh? Why are you yelling at me?" You shut up. She ate that.
I'm protecting
She-
my sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never, yeah.
Also, but the thing is, when you fight back because of the kako, when you fight back, it was really hard because when you fight back, they're gonna fight back also. So we have to ignore it all every time. Yeah.
And they think
I'm
they
telling-
can beat you up as well because
Yeah.
they don't see us as women. So they're like, okay, I'll fuck you up then.
Yeah.
And what is
Yeah.
it like for you, Ate Zaiza, being a cis woman who's also in a straight relationship, having to take care of the community? What are the things that you have to do within yourself, I guess, to understand us and to now be in a position of protecting us and guiding us?
Yeah, for me, it's like understanding the journey that they're you're all going through in the Philippines because, like Alima mentioned, the access is so different. And in the Philippines, I had to make sure that the spaces where we have our balls are really spaces that wherein they'll be safe. That's why, as much as possible, it's a space wherein like it's private or exclusive, and I want to make sure that the people I'm working with in the space, they are aware, they're not homophobics. We want to make sure that they respect everyone, and we always brief them that as much as possible, don't ever like hurt any of the kids. And actually every function we make sure that like for me, for my kids, I make sure that because we also have trans members in the Mizrahi, and what I make sure is like the butch queens are in the front and at the back, make sure they're in the middle, and every time they go home I make sure that the femme queens go home first. We make sure that it's okay for me to stay last as long as everyone goes home safe. I think those small things can help like make sure they are protected. And also when it comes to the access, me as coming from medical field, because I'm a pharmacist, right now what I'm trying to do is like in our balls in the Philippines, we try to connect with organizations that will make sure that they'd be taught on how to like properly transition. Like with Trans Health Philippines, we have those kind of organizations that to at least guide them on how to do it, so that, because I've been hearing their need as well, your need, and I want to try to do something about it as well, because like you mentioned, it's making sure that your health is also being taken care of. And you know,
The government doesn't care.
yes, it's always non-profit organizations. For government it's really hard, and I have to be honest. The boss in the Philippines, I know maybe you're seeing, wow, it's fab, but it's a lot of work, and we're not funded. It's like most comes from our own pocket monies. Like that's why for us leaders in the Philippines, we had to work a lot of jobs just to create a space. That's
And that needs a round of applause. Pioneering a scene is already so difficult, but having to deal with the government, other people, that's just too many extra steps.
And I had to make sure, like, because I'm aware that everyone is like putting so much effort, and I know in other countries or in other communities, sometimes everything is free. I had to make sure that even if it's just 1,000 pesos, they have a cash prize. It's not they're going in and not taking anything.
Wait, can someone convert 1,000 pesos to Australian dollar?
Like $20.
$20. Yeah,
$27.
crazy. That's your grand prize, $27. I know none of you bitches would walk for that.
But that's
Y'all,
also
y'all expecting $500 every cat sometimes.
But that's already a big help for the kids. And as much as possible, we try to have balls that are free, but it's really hard. You have to it's a lot of marketing, hard work, and it's difficult. So creating the space for the kids and making sure they're protected, there's a lot of things that we have to check. And but I'm happy, right now there are lots of up and coming leaders in the Philippines as well, helping me out, and the kids they're all maturing, they're all taking good care of each other. It's nice to have everyone is really like they mentioned, they're really for each other. It's good to have that community in the Philippines na parang we're doing good. We're doing good. Even if we don't have money, even if it's sometimes we're spending even more. But it's really the space, the community, and the feeling of being accepted in a space, and just expressing themselves, that's already a huge thing. That's why right now in the Philippines, we're trying to have monthly gatherings. It's already, ano na siya, yeah, it's becoming, even workshops, jams. It's good that we already have a space that's for free. Father Misha providing his studio.
Shout out, Father
Father.
Misha.
Thank you. Yeah.
Love you.
He's also a leader in the Philippines. It's it's nice that a lot is stepping up as well.
Can we shout out to his studio?
Yes, we are
We are
shapeshifters. Shout outs to We Are Shapeshifters.
If you're coming from Australia, going to the Philippines, that's the studio you want to go to.
Yes. He's providing space every month. Every house gets to use the studio for 3 hours every month. Just have to book it. It's a huge help for the kids to practice.
And it's in a random building, but it's so beautiful.
Yes, it's in Binondo, Manila.
You know what it gives? It gives very, when you watch scary movies in the Philippines, that, when I was going through it to go to my workshop, I was like, something's gonna come out. Multo. Multo's like a ghost.
That's true. It's one of the oldest buildings in Manila. Yeah.
And then the elevator is crazy.
Yeah.
You feel like you're gonna fall through the ground because it's
Yeah.
somewhat manual.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And that is a huge help because studios in the Philippines cost a lot per hour. So, yeah. That's why even on the streets they practice. There's also a space near the circuit. We call it parang they're kidding it it's a pier scene, a space where they practice. But sometimes it's also you have to make sure they're protected because after late night, it's kind of sketchy. So yeah.
They're dangerous in general.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to the mothers. 2 questions, they intersect. I'll go with Mothers Eyes first. Being a straight woman, having to deal with all of the community and catering for our needs and all that stuff. What challenges do you face as a mother?
Oof. There's a lot because it's different personalities, coming from different families, different perspectives, especially with me as a cis woman. It's a lot of people are going to question, why are you the mother? you're a cis woman? Why are you the trailblazer in the Philippines? There are a lot of people who is gonna like try to like question you and like try to
Undermine
discredit
you. Yeah.
everything.
Some people come in and be like, actually,
You shouldn't be there.
you shouldn't be there. I should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more of like showing my work. I don't have to like talk a lot. It's like it's doing what I can do for the community. But it's hard. I have to admit, I cry.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
like
It's a very specific position to be in, being a
Yeah.
mother and a trailblazer, because
Yeah.
yes, you're building your own legacy, but at the same time, your biggest thing is responsibility. You've taken this on to protect the community and protect the culture, and with that, you're not getting paid to do that, and you're getting backlash for dumb reasons.
And to be honest, I really never. I didn't choose. I didn't come to the Philippines and tell them that I'm going to be your mother. No, it's the kids who just looked up to you and they call you that because that is how they see you. And actually, to be honest, I don't want to be. It's hard, just with the Mizrahis and now everyone, like the community, they're telling me everything, which I appreciate that they respect me that way. But it's not like I came there and like commanded everyone. I mean, it's just the work that I do to try to like open the space and like make sure everyone is like seen. There's and now because in the Philippines we're trying to have a council so that all the leaders are being heard and seen, because right now at this moment the Philippine community is really growing like fast. And
Even in Cebu now as well, right?
yes, we're trying to expand in different islands in the Philippines, and I have to admit I cannot see all the needs. So that's why it's really helpful that we have different mothers from different houses, and like we get together and like talk about what else can we do for the community. And right now we have like 5 pillars, like a space. We make sure we want it to be like the community in the future would be sustainable. They're protected. They're acknowledged. They are there's proper communication and exchange in everything that we do, not just in ballroom but outside ballroom as well. It's that. But it's really like there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk in and outside ballroom, but I just like
Brush it off.
Yes, brush it off and just keep doing what I'm doing. And like what Mother Benji said, it's so true. You have to have a vision, and make sure to like be clear with that vision, and be sure about it, and be like just trust that vision, because not everyone could understand it, but when it's there, they would see it. Because like I have to admit, like 5-6 years ago, it was just a dream to have different houses in the Philippines, and now it's happening. And now there's a bigger vision, way bigger than all of us, and we are working hard towards it. It's just like believing in that it's going to happen, and it's slowly unfolding now. Like the fact that they're here, I mean,
Crazy.
it's crazy. They're putting so much work in the art. In the art form, in the craft that they're showing, and it's undeniable. Their energy is just exploding. I guess this
Everyone
is
was gagging left, right, center last night.
yeah.
All the notes on Instagram of the followers just like the juicy girls, the juicy girls. I'm like, yeah.
It's a testimony. It's really a testimony of what the Philippine community can bring out there, and not everyone has the opportunity to go out. There's a lot of talent in the Philippines, and
Too many.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're really thankful that you brought us all here. Like it's something. I mean, yeah. It's crazy. Thank you so much for seeing the scene in the Philippines and like sharing it here. hopefully in the future there's more.
It's ingrained in us. Makisama.
Yeah.
Like our siblingship is
Yeah.
goes beyond like where we're from in the Philippines. It's like if you're Filipino, I got you.
Yeah, that's true.
Even you go to a Filipino store here, they know you're Filo, you get a discount. You're like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. It's so nice also that the natural culture in the Philippines is like that. And there's so many, like the kids mentioned, there's so many parallelism in the New York scene and how we are on the streets in the Philippines. Like the barangayan pageants in the Philippines is like really close to how ballroom is expressed. Like we have in each barangay or poblacion or city in the Philippines, they are celebrated. Like we have like the pageants wherein they showcase their talents, their fashion and their bodies. It's like very similar to the roots of ballroom. So,
Also, just to explain what barangay is, it's like a suburb. Yeah?
yeah,
Yeah, like a suburb.
yeah,
Yeah. Council area, work.
yeah.
Okay, now I want to ask at the Benji, Miss Legendary Benji, having to navigate so many different cultures and also being on stolen land, how do you navigate like having to work with so many different people, different understanding of ballroom, and everyone telling you, hey, why not us? Why not me? I should be there too. And having to navigate that, especially in a Western context where we have this thing where everyone should be involved. How do you navigate that? Sorry, that's a big question. I'm sorry.
I'm like, who's saying that? Why not me? Which bitch said, why not me, girl? I'll give you the reason. Why not you look in the mirror, bitch, and that's the reason. I mean, girl, I only have capacity for so much. Like, and I think, I mean, maybe like you're asking like when folks are like feeling entitled and they want to like, you know, take. And bitch, like, you know, I know what it feels like. It's, you know, this is to be a mother, to be Mother Earth. It's like bitch is going to look at you to take. You know,
And they think you're Wonder Woman.
they think you're Wonder Woman and you're endless and your supply is the extract, girl. But I only have so much, so really like my boundaries are up when it comes to that. And I think for me, I mean, like I really with our next chapter, like it's about investing into these lives that can be so transformative. Like, you know, this is why I feel so invigorated by ballroom in the Philippines, because the lives are being transformed. Like we're talking about like who were like, you know, just 1 year and these girls were going from TikToks in the basketball court to eating the girls in Australia. Like, you know what I mean? Like the first grand, I mean, taking like when Berta got her first grand prize, like the 20,000 PHP, like that was crazy for you, right? Like, you know, and I remember once and I get emotional like thinking about how quickly it's turning for them, and I go, okay, I gotta stay in this with them because bitch, I've been disillusioned by ballroom for like a few years, no shade, and it's like I'm like, am I aligned with this? Am I aligning with this anymore? Like, is like I'm butting against like egos and, you know, and the mania of it all and the like disconnection from like its core as survival and kinship. And it's just like, girl, like how much more ego can I take in this world?
And it's hard to always reiterate, like having to protect the girls all the time and to see the culture for what it is. I feel like people come in and just try to change it based on what they want for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think people feel like, you know, they have you know, when I don't know what it's like to, you know, wake up one day and have everything at your disposal, being like, oh, there's a ballroom culture here, there's trans community here that's here. So it's like, okay, what can I take? And this should be mine, and this should be good. I don't know what that feels like, because I came into this world with nothing. And I came into Australia with, like, there was no ballroom scene, there was no girls. So for me, I just, like, I have to be like, I take my little sacred pause when the girls are acting up. I go, okay. Because it must feel different. It must feel different when you have access to everything, and you must feel like, okay, when the world's saying, oh, bitch, you were a victim, you like, we hate trans people. It's like, no, okay. Then it's like, you're like, okay, then give me this, then give me that, then give me this. So it's like, I get it. Like, the world is against us. Like, I get that need and that grasping onto, like, community, and then also, like, you know, being like, that's mine. I deserve that. Like, you told me the space is for me, so I'm gonna take that space. I'm like, okay, girl, like, you do your thing. But for me, it's like, I have to also, like I said, I have to put my boundaries up, and I cannot be mother to everybody. And the way that, you know, the way that ballroom is doing its thing in the Philippines is like where I'm going, like where I'm putting my energy now. It's because it's like, ballroom is doing what it was meant to be doing. For me, like, ballroom is doing, like, where the reality of a person's social, political, class reality is literally changing. Like, they are leveling, they are surpassing, like, multiple, like, boundaries that their society has given. That you can't do that because you're gay, you can't do that because you're trans, you can't do that because you're under the poverty line, you can't, you know, like, all of these things. It's like, actually, like, ballroom comes into the Philippines and then, like, just, like, shuts that down. Like, you know, like, even just, like, because when we talk about the Philippines and ballroom, we have to talk about class, you know, and there's still some, like, the classism is, like, Siza can speak on this, like, but it's like, it's so heavy and it's so feud. Even when I walk around with my girls, like, just, like, the shade that you get from people that look down on my girls, like, and I'm like, no, you know what, fuck y'all, like, I don't care. These bitches are gonna be fucking fab, they're gonna eat y'all, they're gonna be fucking famous, like, and it's like, and you know, even if I say, like, those things to the girls, they still have a reality. They're like, okay, but ma, this is our reality, and we're not, like, so that also, like, we have to hold those two together, you know, the reality of the situation, and then people, like, wanting them to be, like, big stars. But in my eyes, they're gonna be big stars, like, you know, and we're pouring into them. And, you know, I just remember one story. It's like, you know, I was going home with Bird, and I just, like, dropped her, like, just off, I don't know, Commonwealth Avenue or something like that, where she lives, and I just saw her, like, you know, get out of the Grab taxi, and, like, she had her, like, leopard print jacket on. She had, like, these 2 trophies, and she's just, like, waddling along into the barangay, and just like, like, you know, and she's like, ah, and, like, bitch is like, brother, where you been? It's like, bitch, I've been getting my thousands, bitch, like, you know, and I'm just like, yes, because it's like, that's like when ballroom, like, just, like, cuts through that shit, like, and it's, you know, as a country, as we've just, you just get pushed. You get pushed down to the fucking ground, where you say like, there's no opportunity for you, and then ballroom comes along, and it's like, no. Yeah.
And I feel like Philippines really understands what ballroom is about because of the intersectionality of struggle between New York and Philippines. And just touching on what you spoke about before, when people have things right in front of them when they wake up, privilege in Australia, I feel like, has taken people. Wait, let me collect my thoughts. Let me go back to that.
Yeah, it softened the girls a little.
Yeah, and also made them a little bit entitled to the space and what they need to have, when it's like, ballroom's actually a training ground where you learn your skills so that you can survive outside. People here see it as the end goal. This is where they become celebrities and be fab. And that's why they ask for everything. When it's like, these girls don't even ask for much, and they're making it work, and they're stars. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a fight that comes with it, of really grabbing the things that you want for yourself and paving your own way. Where here, there's a lot of, like, but I need to be in that spot too. If she can do it, like, why am I not in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and I feel like that's actually gonna change because, like I said before, like the world is changing at a rapid rate. Like, you know, Miss Hunter Schafer, she got mail on her passport now. Like, you all saw that. I was like, you know, like it's like so like the way that like I'm always reminded by like like people in the struggle, that the struggle, like even if like you're not facing it from day to day, you have to be in the struggle because the struggle is what gives you meaning and shape and like ferocity, you know, like even if like you have access to that, you have to be in a relationship with those who don't have access to that, and that is going to activate a fight within you, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you got to think about, okay, like the girls in Philippines, the girls in Brazil, you know, the girls in New York, it's like though I didn't just fall out of a coconut tree. whatever Miss Mama said, you know, I live in the context of where I am. You know, it's like, you know, like you live in a context. So it's like, I feel that that's gonna change as well here because, you know, who knows, maybe a fascist government is around the corner, girl. And we actually gotta like start to like, you know, get a little like tactful and get a little cunty and you know, bring back the essence of the girls who were on the stroll back in the day, you know, and bring back the essence of the girls in Brazil and the Philippines, because that's our power. And I think like, you know, you know, I'm here for the soft life. Like I'm here for all of that, but like holding that, like that you have power and agency and all of that, that comes that sometimes that only activates when you're reminded that the world is actually flawed and it doesn't give a fuck about you.
It's crazy. We actually have a section in Tricks and Dips called After Hours where we go deeper into everyone's lives, but we won't have that today. It's gonna go crazy. So, and we only have 10 minutes left. I think for the panel, my last question would be, given yesterday, because we're gonna have more panels in the future with this specific panel, what was the first thing that really gagged you being here in this scene? What was the biggest difference that you saw? I know it's a big question. Whoever wants to start, just start.
What's the biggest difference?
Also, while you're thinking, shout out to Miss Thing over there giving hands performance. Nah.
Cindy and Kang, thank you.
Yes, the Auslan interpreters, thank you so much for your time today.
Incredible. Does anybody have any questions? You want to know anything about the Philippines? All the girls?
And don't be like, why'd you chop me? None of that. Just moving the fuck on. But yeah, questions?
I mean, I have a question, like, for those in, like, Pacific communities, like, does it resonate with y'all, like, when we talk about, you know, when we're the, you know, the butt of the joke or whatever, and we're, like, you know, seen to play a role in society and our families, like, does that resonate with y'all? And, like, can y'all speak about your experiences about, you know, Fafafine, Facaletes? Or just get some head nods, yes.
Yeah, the mic's just there. Put your hands up if you want to speak.
Sorry, what was the question? Oh, wait.
No, I was just saying before, like before we were just talking about like, you know, like moving past these like roles in society that queer folk play culturally, and being and how we navigate that, and like I don't know, like I find it really similar to like, you know, in Samoa and Tonga, even in Fiji, like that's perpetuated, and that they will only like you when you're like a clown. So, you know, like I'm interested in y'all's perspective.
Yeah, I would say that navigating my own womanhood, especially with the image that Pacific Islander queerness is kind of like the image that's put out there, that we're like these loud and proud, like very like clowny, like you said, like we're often the butt of the jokes, we're often like the people that aren't taken seriously. And I think that it took me a while to navigate my own womanhood in that aspect without trying to fall into that as well. and with Ballroom and seeing the variety of different types of womanhood as well, especially in the Pacific Islander community, and the way that those girls are so versatile and so unique in their own ways. I think that it's been beautiful to see that and take from that in order to help myself navigate my own womanhood in the space as well.
And that's why the Pacific Islander community and the Filipino community are so close, because there's so many intersections with our experiences and just how we are and our humor. And what's really interesting is that
Pacific Islanders.
Keme,
We're all cousins, Australian.
Keme is a Filipino word that has been taken by the community in the Pacific Islander community. Can we just like define what that is so people understand what it is? And I'll tell you what they think it is and how we've been using it.
Bertha, what's Keme?
Like, Keme is like, tawag dun? Tagalog ko na lang. Sige. Yung Keme is parang ginagamit sa lahat ng conversation. Pwede siya magamit sa lahat ng conversation. Kung may sasabihin ka, kunyari, like, it's a joke, ganyan, ganon.
Okay, so it's a word that fills in the gaps when you don't know exactly what it is. It's like, work. Yeah, it's like a filler word, but it kind of means nothing, but also everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Here,
Means-
it's
yeah.
people, the girls in the community here use it as like trade. I'm seeing my keme. For us, it's anything. It's a joke.
yeah.
It's this. If we can't find the word, keme.
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 Object placing.
Berta's like, you'll need to change it. Is the word.
That's wrong.
But yeah, I just want to thank everyone in the panel. I know everyone's tired.
I
Jet
want to
lag-
answer actually your question earlier.
Which one?
About
Yes.
the difference in the Philippines and here, what I noticed.
Where?
Because in the Philippines, even, I know Ballroom is very exclusive with the houses. You'd be cheering just your house. But in the Philippines, we know the chants of all the houses. And whatever house is on the floor, we cheer that house. That's why everyone is so close to each other. Even if like juicies are battling bodegas or they're battling local houses in the Philippines, Clios, Cinco, everyone knows. Dirty, everyone knows the chants and they're cheering on for each other because like, yes, there's a battle on the runway, on the floor, but we have a bigger battle outside the community, outside Ballroom, and we are focused on that more than the ones on the floor. That's why we really, as a community, protect each house. We are very accountable of each house, even if there's different houses, they're all friends with everyone. I think that's
Here it's like,
the difference.
if you're from the other house, you're reading the other girl while your sissy is walking. They're like, she's not even wearing shoes. She's bricky as fuck. Like, we talk shit. It's
The girls be talking shit in the Philippines do no shit.
Yeah, they are, but they're still cheering on each other. But less,
but there's still support
There's
at
still
the
their
end of it.
support. Yeah.
Here, we take it so seriously, and everyone's fighting afterwards, and
Oh,
everyone's
yeah,
talking shit. I'm
yeah.
like, it's not that deep.
And
It's
usually
not that deep.
after talking shit, actually, for the kids in the Philippines, they talk personally and like, girl, you have to fix that after, and
Yeah.
then make sure you're good.
Yeah.
Here, it's online.
Okay, let's talk about let's talk about. I mean, girl, Philippines is online right
Yeah,
now.
they
bitch.
are now.
It's
It
online,
adds
girl. The
drama
girls are
to
in
it,
the
yeah.
notes.
Yeah.
The notes,
it's-
girl.
if it's
I
like
flick
a
through the notes
huge
like,
one,
damn,
if
bitch,
it's a
what's this
huge-
subliminal
Wait,
messaging? Write the notes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like how we gonna deal with conflict, y'all? Like what a giving.
Yeah.
We wanna do this or we wanna do this? Like we wanna do this.
It should be this.
It actually should just be this.
But
You know, I'm more for just kidding. I'm less this, no shade. Like this is annoying. Like shut up. Like girl, come out. Give me
people being transphobic,
and leave it on
racist,
the
everything.
floor. Like say it with your chest.
Real. The people are
sounds
getting
so
racist, homophobic, transphobic to their community, and I think that is crazy. We're not fighting. We shouldn't be fighting each other. The fight's outside. Don't bring it in the house. Okay, work. No,
Bring it
'cause
on the floor.
No, because I'm gonna come across like such a bitch. You know, someone came up to me last night and was like, "The ball was amazing, but I think you could have been nicer." I was like, "What do you mean? If you know me, I'm nice." And I'm like, I was asking him, and even Akashi's like, "Don't listen to him." My sister was like, "Don't listen to any criticism." I'm like, "Don't worry, I wasn't anyway."
Was it a ballroom girlie?
New, a baby.
Okay.
It was more so just like, just asking people, "Oh, how was the ball?" Like casually, and they thought I actually cared that much. I was trying to go home.
You know what? In the Philippines, that is like how we test if you're really gonna be part of ballroom. If you can take the attitude of those who are in ballroom, then
Yeah.
I wasn't even giving attitude. I was counting down 10, 9, 8. Why is it my
you
fault?
were so kind,
Right?
actually.
You heard it here first. Come on.
Yeah.
Everyone said I'm a cunt in this scene. Damn.
It's a lot. It's a lot to be on the mic. I remember I was a bitch on the mic, you know, and Precious grabbed me. She was like, "Girl, you gotta be nice. They're not gonna come back." I was like, "They're gonna come back." Like, but I get it. So now I'm a bit like, I'm graceful, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm saving my chops for the bigger days. That's me. Like, you know, I save my chops for
For the bigger
Super Bowl.
days.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like.
You know, the one coming up next week?
Yes. Yeah, I save my chops for them. But
Oh, I just
Last
want to
night I
have a
was
big
giving my
shout out
10
as
down.
well. Big shout out to Mother Benju, who actually started Sissy Ball. She made it for the girls, by the girls, and now that legacy is flowing and
bitch, 8 years ago, 7 years, I don't know.
Yeah.
So long, girl.
Sissy Ball 7 is this
I'm
weekend.
so old, girl.
That's
I started
crazy.
that when I was 15 years old, bitch. I'm 21 now, bitch. Like, it's crazy.
And I feel very honored to have this opportunity and responsibility now. And I just thank you and Kalia for seeing it for me as well.
Baby, of course. You got, you've always been such a powerful force in the community, always stood your ground, always been so strong, and you've done so much, you know, so, and you continue to do so, like, thank you for your heart, thank you for your work, and yeah, it's a journey we're all on, so we got you.
Thank you. And honestly, I feel it so much. The sisterhood at the moment is very strong. I have my girls, Kilia, Akashi, Taya, Jamaica, always next to me, by my side, helping me if I'm overwhelmed. I have a beautiful partner. My fiance, Judah, always there with me. I'm in a very privileged position, and I'm very grateful. And I love that we're going into this new chapter all together in mainstream and just really focusing on the girls. That's the best thing that I have seen so far into 2025 is that we're actually really coming together. The girls are so interconnected. Yeah, just beautiful. But we actually have to cut this now. Apologies to everyone. But can we give the panel a round of applause, please? And
English.
This is not the end. This is the beginning. This is like the first stopover. First ball. There's more. There's like, what, 4 more to do? How many trophies are you bringing home?
Everything.
I like that.
And
yeah,
thank you
don't
so
let these
much.
girls breathe. If you're up on there, like, girl, get them.
Come on, fight them. I want to see you try. Nah. And also just want to take, I want to thank our collaborators, Cypher Culture. That's their logo right here. Thank you to Arts Centre for facilitating, the Victorian government as well for like doing their thing. And to Tricks and Dips. Woo! You'll see everything come out. There's so many episodes already. It's just slowly gonna trickle out. But yeah, thank you so much. Have some rest, get some dinner, have a look around, enjoy the city, learn about the culture, and yeah, the indigenous culture. That one.
Thank you so much for having us.